0600. It's Tuesday. Got a lot of things to do. I'm exhausted. So let's go. Wait, should I get a pull in? Nah, no pull. Not today. Let's get down to business. We got about an hour and a half drive. Let's get to it. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Started a little early, so we'll see how today's stream goes. Yeah, I watched a lot of the news coverage and Trump's VP pick now. I guess that guy is not a big fan of Ukraine. So I'm totally cool with, because that's not our country and who really cares. So it'll be interesting. At least you have someone in place that is worse, because if Trump goes down, the person that replaces him, and he wasn't a Trump supporter in the beginning, from what I heard. No one was. No one was, to be honest. Everyone was a little lady boy. Little lady boy. They didn't like his rhetoric. He was too mean. And if that's too mean, I suggest you stay far away from the United States Marine Corps Devil Dog Rock. Anyways, we're off, guys. Let's hang out and enjoy the sounds of music, right? I mean the roads. What's up, Alex? Alexis? Sorry. What's up, Alexis? Welcome to the compound, brother. Or sister. How you doing? Yeah, I was watching up all night, watching the coverage of the assassination attempt, the bullet they caught on picture, which is wild. Good, and you? I'm good, Alexis. Just going to work. I'm in beautiful Southern California. So if you've never been, this is not Northern California. This isn't California. This is Southern California. It's very different. But if you've never seen California, this is kind of the Southern California, the main hub, kind of by the beach. A little bit about myself. My name's Matt. I served in the United States Marine Corps during Bush and Obama, Operation Iraqi Freedom and Operation Enduring Freedom. So long life with military police, and then served in a police academy, or instructed in police academy, and served for a police department as a custody officer. So a lot of training going on. So I decided to start this channel. I had a couple buddies commit suicide, a couple of my best friends. So reaching out to people, making sure we all communicate, stuff like that. Oh, my cousin works at the Chaparral prison. Nice. Nice. Good law enforcement. Cousin's a good man. So that's a tough job. Very tough job. I always say, man, working in especially prisons, you got to go in there. I mean, you're getting paid to walk into prison. It sucks. Then you got to deal with, the scumbags of the earth, doing multiple life sentences, rapists, little child touchers. They can get these guys are ugly, man. And the lady side is just as bad. Yeah, it's their own inside prison. It's their own little world. You can't do much to it as long as you manage it. And remember, they're all pretty much scumbags. They're all in there for a reason. You're not supposed to judge them, but I wouldn't help them, especially if one of them's, like the Jeffrey guy. Technically, the guards were supposed to help him, but they didn't. Or the Hernandez dude. Did you barely start streaming? Yeah. Hey, Raphael. Trump 2024, brother. That's right. Yeah, I barely started streaming. Only a couple months, Alexis. Yeah, like I said, I had a couple of my best friend, since I grew up with him. I played football with him my whole life, up until, he was my best friend growing up. He ended up hanging himself in his room, or in his parents' closet, technically. And my other battle buddy, my other boy, Eric, I served with him in Iraq and Afghanistan. He ended up driving out to the desert and shooting himself. So I kind of was a little lost. Decided to make a YouTube channel for like-minded people and anyone with questions about the military or the police angle or anything like that. I like to say I'm a little knowledgeable than most. And or the suicide attempts, anything like that. I still haven't met anyone that lost two of his best friends, and it was about 6 months apart, maybe, to suicide. It happened so fast too. It was, you hear about one, and a couple months later, you get the same phone call about another. You're like, what? What? So, it was a tough couple years, but yeah, I decided I was having a kind of a rough time. I live by myself a lot, travel for work alone a lot, so for my own sake, and for anyone else that is going through the same thing or thinking about doing any of that stuff, I got a lot of experience, a lot of weird things, and I decided to, live stream and just kind of record myself. And I got in a really bad accident a long time ago from Texas. Good morning. Oh, good morning. What's up, G? Good morning from the mountains of Maine. Oh, Super 5, brother. He's the best ever. What's up, Jeffrey? Oh, nice. We'll keep up the work. I will, yeah. Yeah, so just kind of, you're from Texas, nice. Yeah, I've been to the Alamo once. Lockley Air Force Base out there. I went to go see my friend graduate from the Air Force Academy, or Air Force Boot Camp. Saw Space Force graduation there too. Kind of strange. If you guys are interested, I do have a Marine Corps graduation on there. It's the one I was in 2005 or 6. I subscribe. Hey, thanks for the subscription. I appreciate that, Alexis. Where do I work? I do deliveries and stuff. nothing too crazy. I'm kind of from the war in Iraq and Operation Enduring Freedom in Afghanistan. The years I was in the Marine Corps, I'm kind of a little broken, my back. So this is the only job I can really do. Just kind of drive around all day. It's not a job. It's just a job. Nothing too special about it. Yeah, that's why I kind of started, just to spread the knowledge of, if anyone has any questions about military police or working in the prison system or taking people to and from jails, law enforcement, angle. Two of my best friends did commit suicide. Eric Ochoa, Staff Sergeant Eric Ochoa ended up shooting himself, and then my friend Herman hung himself in 2019 and 2020. And I'm just able now to talk about it all. It took a long time to wrap my head around, reasons why this and why that. So there's got to be a lot of like-minded people out there that might be going through the same thing, or thinking about doing something silly. It hurt, as much as they were hurting. It hurt so many people else, and if they knew that what they were doing would cause that effect, I don't think they would do it. They left behind children and wives and girlfriends and brothers and sisters, and mom and dads. Watching the mom bury my best friend wasn't easy, but we get through it, and that's why I started the channel, just to reach out, for my own sake. And I do work alone a lot, and live on my own, so family or friends aren't the easiest persons to talk to sometimes. And if anyone is going through the same situation, you can reach out and, hey man, my friend did the same thing, or whoever, There's 7 people in your live stream. Oh, nice. Yeah, sometimes I get a lot, Alexis. Like everyone, I'll get 20. I mean, I'm sure. Yeah, sometimes I'm surprised it is picking up. I do get, I got 3,000 views on one of my videos. It was pretty wild. I'm thankful for everyone for jumping in and chatting and subscribing to be there. There's 5. Yeah. I don't do it for the subscriptions. That's nice. I wish, that would be cool, even if I got paid doing this. Because I keep hearing people do get some sort of, yeah, dang now. Yeah, so, but I started this just to reach out, man. It's wild times with the president assassination, and I don't know, the powers that be of that. But thank God he didn't get hit. I'm just tired of just all the nonsense. I don't want to do the military thing anymore. That's why I got out, or the police officer, or instructing an academy. I don't want to have another friend commit suicide. I'm tired of the politics. It gets just old. Everything's going up in price, so I would like to start a little community on, everyone just chipping in on the conversation. Do you play any games? Yeah, man, I play games. Like video games or board games. Oh, yeah, I like games. But everyone, is turning in on the news, and I think the news has lost all hope. So if we can cut through the nonsense from everyone that's on chat or the live stream, we can just talk and see what's going on between each country and not make any crazy decisions, Like, I wish dudes from Russia were on YouTube right now. They could be like, oh man, we're screwed out here, So, more people get on and, don't get too political and too radicalized and have a fair discussion. That's what it's all about. And enjoying the scenery. What's up, Agent 205? Long time no see, brother. Yeah, Alexis, what? Oh, video games, dude. I like. I don't have time to play, but I do keep up with them. I'm a big Helldivers 2 fan. That shocking, huh? No, that game's pretty cool. I don't care about those Sony drama, but I grew up with video games, so yeah, I'm a big video game guy. Halo 2, long on Xbox. That was a long time ago. I grew up with Super Nintendo and the original PlayStation, Sega Genesis, the regular Nintendo. And Super Nintendo came out pretty quick after the regular Nintendo came out. But yeah, I'm all into that stuff. Anything that's entertaining, really. Right now, only about 16 minutes. But we got an hour drive. I usually drive before and after work. Sometimes during, if I get bored. Or if I have an an hour-long drive. But yeah, we go sightseeing and post pictures of memorials on the shorts. So if you guys are interested in seeing a bunch of shorts, war memorials, there's submarines, there's ships, there's aircraft carriers I filmed. A lot of war stuff. So go. The shorts are pretty cool. I do a lot of shorts. I have a bunch. There's museums, Richard Nixon's library, his house, Battleship Row. Soon there will be I'll be doing a couple other big adventures I had planned for a while, so I'm glad I made this YouTube channel so I can. I'm very patriotic when it comes to war memorials and the troops that fight our wars. So if you have a team, like a football team you're rooting for, you might as well root for the troops. It's pretty fun, actually, because we only have one team to root for. And the people that fight your wars are usually 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22 years old. So all those higher up guys you see on TV with the shiny stars and the next to Congress people, those guys don't fight your wars. Well, war's bad, Matt. Yeah, I know, but it's a thing that humans do. I gotta go, but I watch you stream still. Oh, thanks, Lexus. I appreciate it. There's gunshots near the hotel. Sometimes we can be annoying. Oh yeah, not bad. I think I've been working and almost got shot. Yeah. Yeah, at night you'll hear all the crazies come out. Agent 205, it's pretty interesting, man. Like, once the sun sets, you gotta think about it. We never really had electricity for thousands of years, and now the night sky is bright. You can, it's pretty wild, right? I mean, if you think about it. If you're a young lady back in the day, you were home in your house before night fell. Everyone was on horseback, no electricity. Very dangerous. Animals would come out and play because they can see at night and they can smell you. Very, very risky business, man. Yeah, later, Alexis. Thank you from Texas stopping by and saying hi. I appreciate that. Texas, we got New Mexico, we got Southern California, low seas from Canada. I know we got some Deutschland here. We got some good people stopping in and saying hi, making sure the world doesn't fall apart, one conversation at a time. It could have gotten ugly, folks. That's for sure. If that would have hit Trump, I don't think there would be. Everyone always says civil war, but the same people that are talking about civil war would never join the military after 9/11. So I don't understand how how people with that big of balls can say civil war. They would say civil war and not fight it. They'll let others, but they don't know who fights their wars. That's why it's just so civil. It's if you want a bunch of 18-year-olds and 22-year-olds fighting a civil war for you, they're not. They would rather go home, wouldn't they? That's what I would do. And our military's not fighting any civil war. People are pretty stupid. Even if Trump if he actually went a KIA, I think, I don't think that would happen. I don't know how that would happen. No one's ever explained how that would happen. People take up arms and pitchforks, and where do they march? March on the Capitol? Those security guards or the Secret Service agents are very untrained and undisciplined, so I'm sure the Capitol Police, it wouldn't be really a civil war. The police would just stand down, because no one wants to die for a cause that they don't agree with. And if it's so corrupt like the Secret Service probably is, where they're very untrained and undisciplined, you got, the DEI regulations and that chick that just wants to hire 30% women into the Secret Service. You're going to have people that don't know what they're doing, nor do they care. So, those Secret Service agents that probably saw the guy and the officer I heard that ran away when confronting that shooter, those guys don't want to be there. They're just there for a paycheck, or they were defunded. So half the country try to defund you, and then this is what we get. We get bad officers, bad training, people just trying to fill in a position. Hey, I'll do my 8 hours and go home. I'm not risking my life over these people that don't care about me. That type of situation. That's for sure. That's how I would think. I'm not taking the first shot. If this kid, no way. Risking my life and my family's future, no way, dude. Why would I do that? Military ain't my thing. The military's a little too hard. Yeah, no, I don't blame you, Agent 205. Well, I'm just saying, they think the military is gonna pull some. I always hear people say Civil War or something. That could have been the second civil. We live in such a fantasy world that people think there will be a civil war as they're driving their $60,000 Beamer down the $2.6 billion highway that was built for them just to get to and from work. And they're holding their $1,000 iPhone from slave labor from China. Like I said, guys, I'm okay with all that from China, so I don't have any high ground to stand on. Everyone's talking about equal rights. And you see the Foxconn building where the iPhones are made, it would shock you. I think one of them closed down, actually. Or they're moving to Vietnam now, so whatever. Yeah, military stuff, man, and I don't, if you were to, yeah, hold on. If anybody asked me whether or not you should join the Marine Corps or the military branches, I would say no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There's a lot that needs to be fixed with our military, and not even our military, but our politicians, our government. Like, why would you want to protect our government? I think they're pretty much the worst people in the world right now. I mean, Biden's talking about putting on a bullseye, all the rhetoric, and I don't really subscribe to that as much, because you can do and say whatever you want. But eventually it came down to someone's life. We almost watched it on 4K, 1080 PMHI, or whatever it is, high def. We almost watched them. That could have been ugly. Back my phone, just like, no worries, Agent 205, it's okay. Welcome back, fellas. Hey, welcome to the Compound Devils. We're gonna go up on some wild bridge right now, so hang on. But yeah, a civil war would just be a bunch of crazy people protesting because they don't, if you're protesting, that's great. Go ahead and protest and burn down your own target. I don't know what would have happened. One, I think we would have, if Trump went down that day, I'm just kind of spitballing here, but it would have made America pretty much no captain on the ship. There's definitely no captain on the ship right now with Biden. I mean, we all saw that. We all see it. I don't want to get in a conversation of why that dude is halfway dead. He was halfway dead 4 years ago, and everyone pretended like they didn't see it or hid it, especially a lot of Biden voters. Or that's a cute little bird. Or a lot of non-Trumpers that have a Trump derangement syndrome that just can't stop talking about him. But yeah, so there's no captain on the ship, and then if you take out the next sitting president, there's definitely no captain on the ship for years. Because it would have been Biden, basically Kamala Harris would be our next president, because the Republicans wouldn't have, couldn't put anyone else on the ticket. I think it's too late. So, I don't know. If he would have went down, China would have made a move on Taiwan for sure. Russia could have opened up with I don't know. That's when Russia would have probably actually nuclear bombed Ukraine. That would have been the perfect time. Definitely no captain on the ship. America's in turmoil due to their next president, ex-president, and future president getting shot. Taiwan, if they would have done it almost simultaneously, and then Lebanon and Israel still would have gone batshit crazy with Hamas and Gaza. Putin would have struck Ukraine hard to end the war as fast as possible. And then China, I think, would have made a move on Taiwan within that week. They would have had plans and preparation for that. For sure, I would have. So we could have been in some deep stuff, guys, because that would have dragged the United States into the World War III. That could have happened, for sure. Because we have no say in it. If China makes a move when the U.S. is down, you do it when there's no captain to the ship. And who's going to retaliate on Russia if they just wipe out Ukraine. I would have done it if I was Putin at that time and I saw no captain on a ship. That's exactly what you do. Don't let chaos, lose an opportunity. Hey, howdy back. Oh, what's up, Alexis? Nice. Welcome back. We about got another 45 minutes. So I'll be here for a little bit, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Welcome to the compound. I appreciate it. And Alexis, I'm sure you're wondering why it's called Devil's Channel or Devil's Compound. In World War I, Germany, the Second Reich, the Kaiser's army, we met the German army in Bellewood. I think that's a part of France or Belgium, next to the border of both of those countries. When we fought against them in World War I, we jacked them up so bad that they gave us a name in German called Teufelhunden, but in German it's called Devil Dog. So in the United States Marine Corps, we take our knowledge from other countries that came before us, nicknames, how we do things, how they did things, and make them better. And then, so they gave us this name out of respect, Devil Dog. And then the Marine Corps just, as I was in the Marine Corps, we just call each other devils. We don't call each other Devil Dog unless we're kind of being a smart ass. But if you're in the Marine Corps, I wouldn't say, hey, Lance Corporal Alexis, can you come over here? I'll say, hey, Devil, get your ass over here. It's just easy. Devil. Sounds real negative or religious. It's not. It's World War I. Germany gave us the nickname, so the Marine Corps said, hey, that's a pretty cool nickname. We'll take it as ours. And they gave it to originally, I think, the 1st Marine Division. I'm not sure, maybe 2nd, 3rd, 4th, I'm not sure, but one of those divisions. So it's pretty cool, huh? History's always nice. You can find cool things in history. That's a cool name. Yeah, it is, man. Yeah, I mean, you get one of the best militaries in the world at the time saying, hey, these Americans that are coming here, these Marines that are coming here are little devil dogs. We can't kill them. It's so hard. And they jack us up, man. Like, they're little devil. I guess we're it's a good story. Bellewood, I think it was. Battle of Bellewood. And there's a famous quote. If you've seen the movie Battle of Los Angeles, that was kind of, I know this is kind of a stretch, but in that movie, that Marine Corps unit, I think, is the Marine Corps unit that got the name, the original name Devil Dog from the German army. Obviously, they're not the same troops, but the same unit. And in that movie, it came out like 2010 or something. But the captain or the lieutenant of that movie, they repeat a line in that movie, and it's, hell, we just got here. And in the Marine Corps, when that division showed up in 1917 or 1916, France, Belgium, and was about to, they showed up and the French were retreating, and the French said, hey, American Marines were retreating, the Germans are too strong, let's get out of here. And the captain of that Marine division said, hell, we just got here. And the rest is basically history. Because once they showed up, they basically told the French to F off. Like, we're not retreating with you. You guys can retreat. We just got here. And then, just a couple months later, the Germans retreated because the Marines kicked their ass. And the nickname was given to us, Devil Dog. Teufelhunden. Toy. I have a guy on here, Chris. He's from Deutschland and from Germany, and he sounded it out alphabetically for me. But I can't. It's so hard. I've been saying it away for so long. I know it's wrong though. in German. Thank you for serving your. Oh, nope. About that. Yeah, no, thank you, Paul. I appreciate the kind words, my friend, my brother. And I say simplify a lot. If you guys are unaware, it's a Marine Corps term. We say we do it all the time. So if you ever see a Marine, you can call him a devil or tell him simplify. Like, hey, sorry guys, I lost you a little bit. But like I was saying, simplify is short for Semper Fidelis, and that means always faithful. So you're always faithful to the core. I always say simplify to everyone that's watching the stream, because it means always faithful. You know, something nice to say to someone or a group of people. And then you know, if you call a group of Marines in a building, you know, hey, because of all of the fallen soldiers and the soldiers, you are still alive. Our country is beautiful because of you. Thank you, Paul. That really means something, man. That does. I don't hear that a lot. You know, and you can kind of get lost in your own mind and not talk to anyone and no one. So yeah, when someone comes up to when people come up to me and say thank you, or you know, it does mean a lot. It really does. Say a kind word like that. I appreciate it, Paul. That was very kind of you. Because now, you know, as a young man, I was 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and I got into the reserves as 23, 24, 25, got out around 26 or something. So I did about 8 years. Yeah, when you're in it, it's kind of a wild ride. And then when you get out, you know, there's no parade, there's no extra money, there's no house given to you, there's no pretty lady or your husband. You know, you just get out and have to start over. You know, I've never been through a divorce or anything like that, but I'm sure it's kind of the same. You know, I had to move back home with my mom and dad and start working night shifts at UPS, loading trailers all day and all night, or all night and all morning, graveyard shift, you know. And I stopped. When I officially got out of the Marine Corps, because I was in the reserve unit, so I did have to have another job. That's when I started working for the police department and I used to instruct a police academy. But once I got out, I pretty much quit every job that had to do with wearing a bulletproof vest or carrying a gun. So yeah, man, you had to start all over. So it's kind of a drag, and no one knows that, you know, no one cares. You know, I just look like some 20-year-old, 26-year-old dude that, you know, was working at UPS loading trailers. You know, and you don't ever talk about it again. That's the thing. You never talk about your war. You never see your buddies to reminisce about it again. So you're stuck in your head for a very long time, and just, you know, since my buddies passed, I was able to finally speak about it in a way that I can talk to, you know, anyone online about the war in Iraq or what's going on in Ukraine. I can compare and contrast. Do you have a German Shepherd? No, I got I like little dogs, little Jack Russell. I got a pug, Jack Russell. My parents have a pug. I got a Jack Russell. My brother has a Vizsla, but no German Shepherd. they get too big. I don't have a big house. You know, I live in Southern California. Everything's kind of small out here. I mean, not small, but houses are expensive. I can't afford a big house. I can't afford anything. I drive a minivan, for gosh sakes. You know, I'm not the, you know, very fancy person per se. Yeah, I appreciate the kind words there, Paul. It does matter, you know. Words do matter, and words. You know, I had a good, like I said, my best friend Eric. He served with me in Iraq and Afghanistan. He stayed in though. I got out, and he ended up driving out to the desert and shooting himself in the head. I have a video of his funeral on my YouTube channel, so if you guys want to check it out, it's in the where you click more, and you can see other links to the channel. It's in there. You'll see a nice Marine Corps military funeral. It was a wild time, man, and we're going through wild times right now. That's another reason why I wanted to start the channel. And we can get people on here that may or may not agree, but we can all at least talk. And if our government start doing some funny business, we could we can skip listening to the freaking TV screen where it's just all propaganda nonsense for whatever political party you're listening to, and cut down to the brass tacks. And that's why, another reason why I started the channel. So if you're new here, yeah, it's a little bit about me. Like and subscribe if you choose to. I got some cool shorts. Got the Battle of Midway, a lot of memorials, letters home from Iwo Jima, stuff like that. It's really sad, but gotta support the troops, because the troops that I'm talking about, the ones that fight your wars, the ones that do the deed, get their hands dirty, are 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds, and probably 22-year-olds. If you're above and older than that, you're not part of the troops. You're just an older guy in the military. The people that actually fight your war remember, when you get out of high school, you're only 17 or 18. You sign a 4-year contract in the United States Marine Corps, and that's it. And then you usually get out by the time you reach 22. Some people stay in until, whenever. I stayed in until I was 26. But by the time I was 24, I wasn't fighting the war anymore. I was instructing the new guys how to fight the war. So you have to become in a leadership role pretty quick. And that's exhausting upon itself, because you got to lead from the front. That's why it's called leader. And if you're doing the right thing, people will just follow you. People will trust your word, trust in what you believe in. As a combat vet, you end up, I was the youngest guy in my platoon when we all went to Iraq. So when everyone got out and I was still in, I was the only person there with any combat experience. So the training all fell down to me, and making sure these Marines that were coming in, fresh off the boat, they were up and squared away, or reflected on me and reflected on my higher ups. And I did like my higher ups, so I didn't want them to look bad, so you make them look good. If you ever watch Saving Private Ryan, Tom Hanks and the boys are walking after D-Day, and they're talking about griping. Griping goes up, doesn't go down. It's a true statement, even though it's an army movie. I used to have a half German, half Husky. Oh, Huskies are beautiful, man. Huskies are beautiful. They're little sneaky bastards, but they're beautiful. And they got a little squishy face. They always have a squishy face. I always want to squish their face. Yeah, so it's been one wild ride, man. It's my life up until a couple years ago was I kind of was an adrenaline junkie. I would go skydiving a lot. I learned martial arts, and MMA, and Muay Thai, and boxing and kickboxing. I'm crippled, guys. I'm not disabled, so please. I do have a major back problem. The only job I can really do is drive around, but I can still force myself to do stuff and things. And I have to keep the weight off my back, weight off my gut. My back is no sir. I thought about surgery too, but the objective of getting better is not taking 10 milligram Norcos or pain medication. That was the goal, was because I hurt my back originally in overseas, so I still had 6 years to go. So you numb the pain and mask it, and by the time I was 24, I was shot. My back was done. I was an old boxer, old beat up football player. You get a couple good years out of this body, and that was it. And most people are like that in the Marine Corps. Most Marines are pretty much almost crippled, not dead, not vegetable, not paraplegic, but yeah, I could still. I had a quick skydiving one. It's super dangerous. I'm an adrenaline junkie, but yeah, just not a good idea for my back. And then I basically stopped. As I get older, I have to quit doing the things that help me, with my mind and stuff. And that's okay, because it's very dangerous. I still try to hit the heavy bag and do some kicking for Muay Thai or boxing and punching the heavy bag or punching bag. A lot of shadow boxing. Just trying to keep my legs. I got to keep my legs strong to keep my back up, to keep the weight off my stomach. It was bad for Trump. Yeah, it was not good, man. Not a good. He took one around right through the ear, man. I don't like. That's wild. The picture of the round going by him. The poor firefighter guy that got popped in the dome. I think a chick got hit. That's not anybody's. Well, here's the thing, like, there's gonna always be crazy people, so you always have to prepare for war and hope for the best. If you want peace, you prepare for war and hope. If you want peace, you prepare for war. Anyone and everybody that was on Trump's security team doing whatever for shit. They were just doing some weird job, and they weren't doing it all that well. That's the truth. Whether it's corruption, whether overlaps in the system, they just didn't put a guy on that ladder or on that roof. It was a staging area for most of the police officers in that community, that building. I mean, just the odds are of an epic failure of security lapses and a 22-year-old half-baked, looks like he had alcohol syndrome. His parents probably hit the bottle a little bit. Because, yeah, just out of experience, a couple other people I listened to kind of think the same thing. So I don't think his brain was all up to speed. Was able to beat police departments, the Secret Service, and the FBI, and take a shot, and the CIA, take a shot at a standing runner-up president guy. Do I think that could happen? Yes. Do I think there's a lot of incompetence and non-combat experience all over the... I mean, like I said, guys, if you don't have the experience, they just went through the experience that day. So from here on out, that team will learn. But it's already too late because it could have gone south. You need guys with combat experience. All those guys should be combat veterans on that detail. They should all be ex-military, all ex-combat veterans, Marines, Army guys, Green Berets, you know, throw in a Navy SEALs if they want to do it because they're a lot older. I'm sure they don't want to do that anymore. Like, you give me 25 guys in boot camp right now that are not even Marines, just boots. We call them private. They're not even a rank. They're called recruits. You give me 50 recruits from the Marine Corps boot camp, we'll lock that place. I don't even have to give them a gun. They'll lock that place down. They'll stay up all night. They'll never go to sleep. Recruits out of boot camp, yeah, they'll be the best security guards ever. And they'll walk their post in a military manner. They'll follow their, I think it's 12 general orders. It's like our 10 commandments, but, you know, 10 commandments is what, if you're a Catholic or a Christian, you know, shit. I even forgot the 10 commandments. Well, you know what I'm talking about. You know, we got 12 or 13 general orders, and it's like the first one is walk your post in a military manner, keeping always on alert. You know, it's just rules that you follow when you're on duty. So if I catch you doing something when you're on, and it's not your general orders, then I'm like, what are you doing, man? So, I mean, that's how you pull security, is following your general orders. And maybe there was an officer guarding that tower, that building, that ladder, and he had to go take a piss, you know? It's that, and that kid probably was watching it, saw his opening and took it. He was parked right behind it, right in the van. Whereas this escape looks like Eastern Washington. Keep in mind, God is always with you. Yeah, appreciate that. It's bad for Trump. I used to have. What's up, Southern California, brother and or sister? Semper Fi, man. Welcome to the channel. I appreciate it. Semper Fi means Semper Fidelis in the United States Marine Corps. It's just an abbreviation, so we always call each other devils and or Semper Fi. You know, Semper Fi devil. You know, say that. You guys can type that and stuff like that. It's all. Where is this? Oh yeah. It's not now. Eastern one. Southern California, brother. Raw. Yeah, I try to show people California, man. It's different, you know. People get this weird idea of everyone just assumes Los Angeles, but most where I'm from, it's cows and farms. They're actually tearing a lot of my hometown up. The farmers are selling their farm and they're building houses and stuff, which is okay because it was, you know, I grew up on a dirt lot farm, you know, cows everywhere. I mean, thousands of cows. And so this is Southern California too, boys. This isn't, you know, LA is one thing, but you leave LA, you're gonna run into LA County. You know, you get East Los Angeles, East Los, you know, Burbank and La Puente. And then the minute you get outside Los Angeles, you get the very Midwestern, I guess. It's, you know, corrals and old town saloons and old town, you know, there's a lot of old towns here, man. A lot of missions from Spain or Spanish. The Spanish from Mexico would come up, or they actually owned California, and they would come up and they would build missions and stuff. So a lot of history in California. Mexico used to own California. So I try to film a lot of things. Sic Semper Tyrannis. Sic Semper Tyrannis? What is that? I don't know what that means. I'm totally gonna guess, but I think I see it. No, I'm thinking of something else. The Devil's Compound is just a nickname, World War I nickname German gave us, Devil Dog. So Marine Corps, we always call each other Devil. So it's not anything religious, guys. It's a nickname the Kaiser's Army in World War I gave the United States Marine Corps, Devil. Teufelshunden, German, Devil Dog. And we just shortened it to Devil. So we can call each other Devils. It's a lot easier. And I didn't make it up. It's just been tradition in the United States Marine Corps. And if anyone's wondering, man, it would be interesting to find who started the Marine Corps. You talk about it a lot. It's you can join the Army, you can join the Air Force, you can join the Navy, you can join the Space Force. In order for you to join the Marine Corps, you don't join the Marine Corps, you have to become a Marine. So it's very different, guys. Very, very different. There's nothing in the world like it, and there never will be. The only thing I can almost compare it to is Spartan. You have to become a Spartan. You just don't join it because you get fucking bored one day. So it's it's kind of like that. I have respect for all the other services. I think they're great. But if you look on TikTok or Instagram, there was a captain in the United States Army, didn't want to be in the Army no more, ended up joining the Marine Corps, and he had to start, he wasn't a captain anymore, he had to start all the way from private. So, like I said, in the Marine Corps, no one cares where you came from, but you have to become a Marine. So you don't get to bring in your gross Army rank into my Marine Corps. And the difference is, if I was a captain in the Marine Corps and I went into the Army, I get to keep my rank, I get to keep everything. Matter of fact, they'll probably promote me to major or lieutenant. So in the Marine Corps, transferring to the Army, they would promote me and I get to keep all my pay. That captain in the Army basically got busted down to private, lost all his rank because he wanted to join the Marine Corps. Because it's different. It's a different breed of human. It's a different organization. Army guys are called soldiers. Marines are called Marines. Navy guys are called seamen or Navy dudes. I don't know. And Air Force guys are called, or ladies, air wing people, I guess. Air wingers. I don't know. So just a little knowledge for everyone I'd like to pass down. Like I said, I wasn't very open with my past. I was a little more ashamed than anything. Not like ashamed that I did something wrong, just it's a weird feeling, especially being a Marine and in the Marine Corps. Once a Marine, always a Marine. There's no ex-Marines. Everyone's just, I'm still a Marine. I'm just not in the Marine Corps anymore. It's a way of life. It's a way of thinking. You have to have honor, courage, and commitment. And the Marine Corps won't ask you to do anything it as a person has already done. You have to think of the Marine Corps as a person, and it will tell you to do things that it has already done. So If people before you have done it, you can do it too. You just have to do it. That's why we're so good at fighting wars, because the guys that fought in World War One, we learned from, and in World War II, we learned from, and they learned from each other. And then Korea, we learned from that shit show. Vietnam, definitely learned from that. You know, all this battles, you know, it doesn't even have to be the Marine Corps' battle, but we'll watch someone else fight a war and be like, ooh, yeah, not doing that, you know. Ooh, Germany rolled into Russia. Ooh. Napoleon rolled into Russia. Like, okay, let's not drive our asses into Russia, you know. So it's kind of a way of thinking, a way of life. It gives you some honor in life, and I think a lot of people are missing that now. I talked to someone yesterday saying, you know, a lot of men are weak. Well, they might be because they don't know what to believe in, and women too. You know, it's just can't happen to one. You know, we're all people, then we divide into dude or chick. You know, we're still that person. You know, and so they, you know, it could happen to them too. That's why just have some honor in your life. You know, don't do what's right when no one's looking. If you're wrong, admit it, and if you're right, stand up for yourself. It's okay. You know? No one's gonna get mad at you and hurt you, but that's what everyone thinks. Everyone's fear of conflict or being hurt. You know, we live a pretty good life, so a pretty good life of comfort. So I know why no one, you know, no one. Men become weak because they live a life of comfort, and the hard times aren't there, so we kind of tone it down. And for the first time, I think ever, you know, women can go out at night and it's bright all day. You know, there's people around all day and all night. You have your phone in your hand, you have a camera, you can hold a weapon. You know, there's things that are happening that have never been done before. You know, we don't have to worry about food or health care, or, you know, well, I mean, to an extent where you can go to the local CVS and buy. Imagine not having chapstick. That's what I'm saying, guys. Like, chapstick's great. If you're outside and your lips get chapped, it sucks. We all know that. This one smells bomb. You know, imagine not having, you know, that's what I'm saying. We could take care of ourselves. We've hit a spot in our society that men and women are pretty good, man. Like, I don't know what else we can do to make our lives easier besides lowering the cost of stuff. But that's all political. I'm just saying overall, our roads are pretty solid. They get redone a lot. I mean, up in here in California, man, we get a lot of shit done out here. You know, we got beautiful tractors picking up all the farm stuff. I'm not a farmer, so not a plant farmer. We had cow farms, but that was it. We were heavy on cows out here. You know, yeah, we got big farms everywhere to feed everyone. I think we produce more stuff than, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That Civil War argument. It would have to get so bad. Years would have to go by of just people losing everything. That's when Civil War happens, not when ex-president gets shot. That doesn't exist. People will get mad and untrustworthy for sure, but I don't. The people that call for Civil War will never fight the war. That's my biggest pet peeve. The people who talk about it are the lady boys that will never pick a side. They will keep it status quo. They'll flame the fire. Because the people that will fight the war will be young bucks. Oh, it's always young folk. How remember when you're 18 or 20, how dumb you were? I was a complete idiot, A lot of us probably got married at that age, or a little older, and got divorced because you realize, like, oh my God, I married her because she was attractive, but she's actually an idiot. Or the guy, I married him because he was the bad boy, but he's an idiot. So we all live and learn, but you just have to realize who fights the war. Who plays the game. That if you have a favorite football team or baseball team, there's a certain age cutoff, especially with football and baseball. Once you get to a certain age, your body just can't do it anymore. Ladies go through the same problem too. But in the Marine Corps, it's 22. By 22, your body's shot, especially during a time of war. God bless. Bye, Alexis. I appreciate it. Take care. Thanks for subscribing, guys, and liking the channel and hanging out with me this morning. Yeah, this is Southern California. We're kind of right by the Pacific Beach. We're actually really close to it. This is the Santa Ana River we're about to drive right over. We're about a couple miles away, 5 miles away from the beach, that way. Westbound, eastbound and down. The Santa Ana River is not there. And when I mean the river, guys, it's not an actual river. Have you guys seen the movie Terminator? Banton, dude! What's up, brother? Long time no see, man. I'm glad you stopped in and said what's up. I just brought you up the other day, I think. I haven't seen you in a while, man. How you been, brother? I'm glad you... People like you that drop by every once in a while, man, you started this gangster shit with me. I appreciate it, man. But yeah, have you guys ever seen the movie Terminator 2 with Arnold? Judgment Day? The cool motorcycle scene, and the semi-truck jumps off the building, chases John Connor. That's our rivers out here in California. They're man-made, huge mega pits that, it's basically for when it rains, all the water goes in there and it becomes a huge river, dude. I mean, the Santa Ana one's big, but the LA one is massive. It's a huge, long, man-made, thing full of concrete. So when all the water goes into Southern California or LA, especially in Los Angeles, and all the nasty stuff in the gutters, it all gets pushed into this river and gets flown right into the Pacific Ocean. Right next to, see, this is what I'm saying. If you guys need to get yourself a local California boy like me, and if you say, like, oh, I want to buy a place in Malibu, by Santa Monica Pier, all that nasty water that from LA goes in this LA river and gets dumped right. It's disgusting. It gets dumped right next to Malibu. It's so gross, you almost can't. It's not a good, after it rains, it's not a good idea to go in the ocean after it rains for like a week, because for some god-awful reason we just allow that to happen instead of recycling the water. That would be great. I'm saying this LA river is violent too. I mean, it's a wild structure and incredible engineering that went into this, but it flows right into the ocean after, and we don't get too much rain out here, but I mean, the rain that comes down, it's a lot of water, man. It's a lot of water, and we just let it go out in the ocean, all the gross stuff. California has its problems. That's a problem. Gavin Newsom's a problem, that greasy bastard. I don't know how he keeps getting reelected. I don't know, guys. But he's a scary individual. He's extremely scary. How's your day? Banton, it's good, man. I started a little earlier than usual. Got about 30 people watching. Hey, guys, simplify. Like and subscribe. It's going good, Ben. Yeah, man. Got a busy day today and tomorrow and pretty much this whole week. But kind of not looking forward to it. I'm going to get through it, I guess. Yeah, if you're new here, my name's Matt. I served in the United States Marine Corps during Operation Iraqi Freedom and Operation Enduring Freedom. The Iraq-Afghanistan wars, fought under President Bush and President Obama. Instructed a police academy and worked for a police department. And my job in the Marine Corps was military police. So a lot of police training, a lot of knowledge with that. So yeah, welcome to the compound. Simplify, guys. Hey, thanks for liking, Ben. I can always count on you. Thanks, brother. And you drive around Southern California showing off its beautiful cities and whatnot, whatever. I try to do a lot of war memorials. There's a lot of war memorials in California. A lot of Marine Corps bases, so I think there's only like 4 or 5 Marine Corps bases in the whole world that we actually consider bases. 3 of them are in California. One's in East Coast and one's in Japan. So 5. And well, technically just 4. I mean, because there's Camp Pendleton out here. There's Miramar. So Camp Pendleton's the Marine Corps base. That's pretty much in every movie that's talked about. There's 29 Palms for infantry, and everyone needs to train there. And then there's the Marine Corps Air Wing, Miramar, that has our Air Force there. The Marine Corps Air Force, not the Air Force Air Force. The Marine Corps has its own planes. We don't freaking call those guys to do our job for us. We just call another Marine, hey buddy, can you fly over us and provide cover? Thank you. Yeah, my channel's growing a little bit too. Banton's always in here to help out and like and subscribing and chatting away with everyone. If anyone has any questions, we're all here to try to help and cut through the red tape of social media or the old school TV, the old school media. I think just like TV killed the radio, what is it? TV killed the radio star, that song. That. I think social media or YouTube is going to kill the TV. Or not the TV per se, but just God, 99-cent stores are closed. That's right. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, I think so. Why pay for anything that costs you money when you can almost just watch it for free on YouTube, or just talk to someone about it? I'd rather talk to a stranger about what's going on than a stranger down the street than someone in a building in New York or Washington, D.C. explain it to me. F that noise. So we'll see. We'll see how it all goes, man. It'll be a wild time the next couple of years. I'm not sure how it's all going to play out. I mean, if I were China, man, and if Trump went down that day, I would have put whatever plan I had in motion to take Taiwan, and I would have done it within a week. Win or lose, doesn't matter, I would have done it. Russia, that would have been the perfect time for Russia to strike on Ukraine and actually use a big boy bomb, an atom bomb or nuclear bomb, or the Kaiser. You know, there's no ship, and China and Putin are both terrified of the United States. Absolutely terrified. I would be too if I were them. I seen our military guys, if we went to war with any of those countries and we actually were able to not have our hands tied behind our back, because we have to make. If you don't know the story of the highway of death, that's how our military will operate pretty much with anybody. Saddam invaded Kuwait. His troops were leaving Kuwait, and in the desert of Iraq and pretty much everywhere, there's just one road. One long road, one straight road. And these guys got on this, Saddam's army got on this road and drove back to Iraq. Well, we have airplanes and we just drove them, and it was so bad that the pilots basically stopped shooting at the Iraqi convoy on this big 100-mile road, the highway of death. It was bad, and that's how our military pretty much functions. Corrupt governments don't know how to build military equipment. Militaries don't know how to build military equipment. And then you get a bunch of corrupt people in there siphoning off money, and then you give it to the guy that thinks he knows how, and or steals the intelligence from Western countries on how to do it. It just doesn't work, guys. They're too corrupt. Obviously, Russia can't invade their own country. So I'm not ever worried about going to war with another country. I just don't want to. And if it gets bad enough, we might have to again. But Russia, I don't think Russia, that's if I think Trump lost, or Trump got hit. Actually, if we saw that in high definition 4K plasma screen, I watched 60-inch TV. You know, if we saw that live, and oh, dude, I for sure, because Putin has to get this war over fast, and that would have been his golden opportunity right then and there. Strike really hard the next day, boom. America's worried about America doesn't have a captain. They're all worried about, Trump passing away and Biden being old. Putin smacks Ukraine, finally ends that war, pretty quick, because if he drops a couple big boy bombs on it, it's going to be over. And then China goes for Taiwan. That's exactly, I would have done it. I would have done it if it actually happened. And we would have been dragged right back into it. So we can't leave, as much as I don't care about anybody else but Americans and the USA. If there's a war to fight, the U.S. needs to be there. One, we get the experience and get to use all of our equipment. It's a catch-22, man. I mean, going to war with other countries, that's been going on since the beginning of time. The Native Americans, Indian tribes used to fight each other. The Apaches and the Comanches down here in Southern California and Texas and New Mexico. There's a bunch of Indian reservations where I'm from. They weren't all peace-loving people either. So, this is a thing that the human race does. So if there's a war happening, it's being done, fought for the first time, we have to go check it out. Ukraine and Russia war, it's changing rapidly, so you have to sit there and watch it or take part so you can change with it, or you're going to be the militaries will know how to fight a war and you won't. War is not a static thing. You got to, if you're worried about dying or shooting and all this other stuff when you're going to war, that's the young boy's job. You don't need to worry about that. Worry about logistics and getting fresh water and supplies and food and ammo, and making sure I can call my girlfriend and tell her I love her, and write my mom a letter and talk to my father and my brother. So the higher up you go in the military, the less boom boom blowing up stuff you need to think about. So if you ever seen a general that's he doesn't know how to fight a war, he just knows how to pick up a phone and sign off on a couple pieces of paper. People that you have to cheer for and help make sure they're okay are the 18, 19, 21, 22 year olds. I always ask, what were you doing when you were 20? I turned 21 in Iraq. I got there when I was 20. No, I turned 20 in Iraq. I didn't turn 21. Because when I got home, I couldn't have a drink with my father at a bar. And it was kind of a sad moment for him. He didn't understand why. He didn't understand why his son could fight in a war but can't have a drink with him. No, I didn't even turn 21. I turned 20. Because I wasn't old enough to drink when I got home. Me and my dad went to a comedy show, and they asked for my ID. I tried to get one. I said a Coors Light or something, and I was like, oh, no, I'm okay. But they asked for my ID, and I can't do it. Yeah. My dad was super sad. He can't have a drink with his son, What is this landscape? Back, what's up, Agent 205? 205. What's up, devils? How you guys doing? Welcome to the compound. My name's Matt, and I'm a Marine still. Military police, 5811. Work for the police department and as a custody officer, and instructed at a police academy. Served in Iraq and Afghanistan, Operation Iraqi Freedom, Operation Enduring Freedom, and fought under Bush and Obama. So great times. Just here to spread a little knowledge and meet some like-minded people and cut through the BS of mainstream media or anybody like that. If you want to support the channel, I do have a Patreon and a PayPal. I don't have enough subscribers and stuff to do super chats. Raspberry always asks me about it, but not yet, guys. Soon, maybe we can do stuff and things later. But I had two friends commit suicide, so figured if I start a channel, I might be able to help with that situation. I don't know too many people that have that type of experience, life experience. And that's what it's all about, is just life experience. Knowledge is power. If you ever wanted to know anything about war or suicide or anything with policing or what happened to Trump and the absolute failure and just life, man. That we just saw a failure of life. Life is precious, and we don't protect it like we used to, or maybe we never did. But we need to start protecting life, guys, because we live on a little blue marble, I said marble cigarettes, marble, and a black space of death. Space, everything wants to kill us. If anything happens to this little blue planet, I mean, we're all screwed. I always like, the crazy thing is I'm a big fan of Elon Musk. I'm glad he came out to support Donald Trump right after the assassination attempt. But there's a guy that has built a lot of great things, billions and billions of dollars. He could buy a yacht like Jeff Bezos and do just wild stuff, but his only goal is to get off this planet. The richest person probably in the world besides Putin and Xi Jinping is trying to build a spaceship to get off this rock and go to the moon and then go to Mars. There's something to that, right? Is there not? Why? That's crazy. Why he could? Does he have? He knows a lot of people. I mean, he might know something that we don't, or might have a hint about something. Whether it happens in our lifetime or the next. Well, he talks about it, a big old, something to wipe us all out, and we can't restart life because we're all in the same house. Let's divide up the household, and this way, if something crazy does happen, we won't have to restart. Mars or the moon those people can help the people out on Earth, or vice versa. But Mars and the moon have to be self-sustaining for that to happen. That takes a lot of time. And military-wise, gentlemen and ladies, we need to get to the high ground. High ground is very important. I've said this a million times in my streams. And the failure of the Secret Service was protecting the high ground. So that's what I'm saying. These guys are so stupid. So stupid. That's the first thing you learn. Give me 25 12-year-olds that play Call of Duty, bang bang shoot 'em up video game. The first thing you do as a shooter, a loot and shooter game like that, is take the high ground. Take the high ground. You have to get to the high ground to see what's happening. So high ground for us, it's the moon. You can see it all the time. It's facing us all the time. It doesn't rotate, and the Earth will rotate for it, so we can see one side and see the other. So high ground, gentlemen. Space Force is real. I don't think that organization was created to stay on Earth. I think it had a lot to do with going to space, and the minute we start establishing people, Americans on a base, they need to be protected, and they need some sort of uniformed agency out there, and that's where Space Force will probably come into play. They'll probably have some sort of weird unit that goes up and was a military police type, because we need some sort of rules and laws out, even in space and on the moon or Mars. Definitely, because people will lose their mind out there for sure. There's something about us, guys, when I didn't know exactly where I was per se. I knew in my mind I was in Iraq, but when you're away from everything and you're basically a lost soul out in the desert, sometimes I would know what city we went to, Ramadi, whatever, Baghdadi, stuff like that. I had an idea of a sense of point of purpose, on in my brain. You can mark it in your brain. The minute you go away from Earth, I think your brain gets really wonky, man, and you have to watch yourself, because it'll forget where it's at, and you'll panic. And that's, even I had you can panic out there because you realize you're kind of stuck. There's no way of leaving. You can't do anything. You can't just call the C-130 to come pick you up and take you back to the United States and California or wherever you're from. So if you're sitting on the moon or Mars, you're stuck there, man. You're not leaving. And like space is trying to kill you, and we need some sort of law enforcement out there to tie you up and make sure you calm yourself down. Because people will freak, man, for sure. For sure. That's all right, man. People, we're in a wild time, man. But this war in Ukraine and Russia, I don't know if it will end or how it's going to end, but Russia ain't doing too good. They pretty much already failed. It's just a matter of time when the whole military will collapse on itself. And, if you think I'm wrong, then why haven't they gotten the capital of Kyiv yet? Or kicked Zelensky out? And why is there still a Ukrainian army, and why are they still getting weapons from the United States? You can't... there's one guy on YouTube, or like one or two I see all the time, and man, they're like pro-Russian. Ukraine's on the verge of collapse. They don't know what they're doing. NATO... Russia did this because of NATO, got really close to them. So what? So what? That could all be true. So what? They still are not winning the war. They're still, even if they say, hey, we're going to take the land that we own, that we have right now, the Ukrainian dudes are still going to shoot at Russian dudes across the field of battle. Like, it's never going to stop unless the Russian army leaves or the Ukrainian army gets defeated. That's it. I think Russian army will, there will be mass surrenderings. That's what I think is going to happen. There's too many casualties. And Ukraine's just going to keep pounding them with their American-made weapons. As long as they can hold the front line, retreat when they can. Because every time Russia advances, they need 10 Russians to 1 Ukrainian. And Ukraine's on defense, which, is really easy. And if you're attacking those defensive positions, you're screwed, man. You're not surviving that battle. No one is. It's a matter of time. This, like, NATO got closer to Russia, and here's the thing, man. I can do whatever I want. If I'm Finland or any other Baltic state, if I want to join a freaking bowling league, I'm going to do that. If I want to join NATO, I can do that. It's not my fault Russia doesn't like that and wants to invade another country because of that. Like, imagine you want to join a bowling league and someone invades your house and wants to beat your ass because he plays for another league, and your league's getting too good, and by you joining that other league, it got a lot better. So he goes in your house and tries to beat your wife and your girlfriend and your children, and then you beat him out and he's still banging on the door like, oh, you should surrender before I bust in again. That's what it reminds me of, right? I mean, like, dude, if I want to join a weird political woo-woo party, then so be it. See, but yeah, people think, you should I don't know. I don't respect Putin, so I don't care. But then he comes inside, breaks in my door, tries to beat me and my family up. We throw him out of the house, rebuild the door, and he's still outside banging on it. Maybe not on our front door, but on the porch. He's on the porch. That's where Russia is right now. Russia broke in, got kicked out, on the porch, banging on the door, trying to get back in and take over Kiev. It's not going to happen. Unless we cut off all aid, but I don't think that'll happen either. Too dangerous. Roger that. What's up, dude? How you doing, brother? Semper Fi, brother. Semper Fi. Welcome to the Devil's Compound. It's open, fellas. It's open. How long I've been? About an hour and 30 minutes. Yeah, Putin was a couple of miles away from the capital of Kiev and said, well, because his army sucks, dude. He doesn't really have a military. He just has a bunch of people with rifles and, some good equipment that's pretty old, though. And he uses a lot of USSR, Soviet Union tanks and stuff because it's too expensive to build a tank these days. You can't. The electronics that go into it, you can't do it anymore. And now the warfare has changed to drones because you can manufacture drones, put a 5-pound bomb on it and smash it into the back of an engine, the barrel of a tank. You can fly them all over the place. That's the next weapon of choice, gentlemen, is drones. I might actually buy a couple of drones and save them for future uses, like you go to a gun store, buy a gun for protection of your house. I would suggest everyone buy a couple of drones, cheaply made drones for safety reasons, because they're gonna ban them, dude. After this war in Ukraine, drones are a big problem. Because you can't stop them. No one can stop a drone. They're too little, too much. That probably scares the bejesus out of the guys with the shiny. How's it going, man? It's going good. What's up, Mad Monk? Nice seeing you. Of the tank that's to phosphorus? Really, Willie Pete? Are you aware of their tank that's impervious to phosphorus, like Willie Pete? White phosphorus? Yeah, it just has to be completely sealed. But yeah, that's up to the. I didn't know that. Yeah, I could imagine. Do you know what the Su-27 capabilities are? That's the Russian plane. No, but I'm pretty sure it's a decent plane, but if I'm thinking of the right one, they just can't mass produce it. And if you build a plane that's decent, that's great, but it's not the best. And you need the best pilots. You need some better stuff to, and you need a lot of them. I don't know. And then the missiles matter. So it's not only the plane, but does my missile and my radar see your missile and your plane before mine? I don't know the capabilities. I'm not a fast flyer guy. I barely know our stuff. As an American, I don't, all that craziness that pilots do with the speed, and that's beyond my knowledge. But if it's the Russian one, and Ukraine doesn't have a navy, nor do they have a. I need to get out of this. I'm in the handicap spot. Have a Air Force. So how come they haven't been, Russia just doesn't plan on using their planes at all? I know they kind of use them. And then, what does this say? No public parking at all, immediately tow away. Got it. I guess I gotta park on a gas station. I'm not getting gas, but I gotta take one up. Yeah, there's a problem with Russia, man. It's just too corrupt. It's a corrupt piece of crap country. People live in fear. You're basically fighting for Germany circa 1939, when I was in the military, the things I fought for, first of all, the mission, every mission you go out, the number one thing we always said was to get home safe. So if your mission involves whatever, your first priority is to get home safe. So whatever that means to you. Second, we came up with battle plans to get home safe, fallbacks, like everything is, because we need to stay alive to fight the war. So the war is not go out and beat and this is not it's not a baseball game where there has to be a winner or a loser that day. You let them win that. That's fine. They can win. They can win all they want. But the war is continuous until there's no more. And eventually, someone will run out of stuff and things, and or people. Then that's what loses the war. Not winning that day or that battle. Sometimes we would get shot at, and instead of engaging, we would get in our trucks and just leave. Fuck this. Like, let's just go back. Let's go. Our mission was something else, and it doesn't mean do dangerous stuff and you have to fight right now to die. You just, you need to survive. You train to survive. And our military is about surviving. Russia's military and pretty much any other military besides, United Kingdom, or depending on your leadership, they're going to force you to die. They're going to send waves and waves of people at you like Russia is doing, and the casualty rate has to be astronomical. I don't know. But anyways, guys, I'm going to start my day. I'll be streaming later today. I had like 30 people watching. I appreciate it, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want to know the price of gas, $25 got this guy 6 gallons of gas. So that's about $5 a gallon, $4 a gallon. Yeah, about $4 a gallon, right? 4 times 6 is 24. That's actually not bad. Usually it's about $5. What is that guy? $40 bought this guy 9 gallons. So that's another one. I don't know. Anyways, guys, I appreciate everyone coming. Mad Monk, I remember Jude. I remember Agent 205, Banton. I'm glad you guys all came back. Rude Jude. Yeah. I'll be streaming later, guys. I'm going to start my day. I appreciate everyone coming on, the 24 viewers. My name is Matt. I am a Marine and Semper Fi. I'll see you guys later.